The first life, Lemuria, the Priestess and the Sentinel. A sacred Akashic Remembrance by Atlanna Healing. Before earth carried war. Before names and nations. There was Lemuria, the land where spirit and sea danced as one. And in this crystalline world, where time pulsed with moonlight and memory, she lived as a priestess of the water temples. She was not chosen by lineage. She was chosen by the ocean herself. She who sang to the sea. Her name then was lost to sound, known only in frequency. But her essence was unforgettable. She was the one who sat by the tide and listened to the whales sing codes from the stars. Spoke soft prayers that could soothe even the fiercest storm. Carried grief in her bones. Not just her own, but the earth's. She came into this life already remembering of a realm before Lemuria, of a loss that pierced light itself. The elders called her the Rememberer. They revered her, but none truly saw her loneliness. Her soul name was Atlanna. He who watched in silence. He was not of the temple. He was a sentinel of the gates, trained to guard sacred thresholds, to never interfere. Born from a long line of starseed gatekeepers, She'Allan was taught silence, devotion, discipline, taught to feel only through service. But from the first moment he saw her walking barefoot across the moonlit cliffs, a strange ache stirred in him. Not desire, not longing, but devotion without explanation. Their first connection. Atlanna came to the gates each dusk to sit by the sea after ritual, alone. She cried softly, not for herself, but for Gaia, for the fading song of earth. She'Allan stood watch on the upper pillar, always silent. But he heard her song. I remember the world before the forgetting. She whispered to the stars. Where are the ones who remember with me? And in that moment, his vow cracked. She was holding what no one else could carry. He would carry it with her, even in silence. The unspoken bond. She'Allan began to adjust his shifts to always be near when she came. He left crystal shells in her path, gifts from the deep ocean. He left fruit and warm tea in the garden, always on days when she looked weakest. He noticed everything. When her eyes dimmed, he would light her favorite flower lantern. When her robes were damp from sea mist, he placed a fresh cloak by her seat. When she fell asleep beneath the stars, he watched over her, and once gently covered her with his own mantle. She never saw him do these things, but she felt him. She never felt watched, only protected. One night she looked up to the tower and whispered, "Whoever you are, thank you." And he placed his hand to his heart. No words, just vow. The night everything changed. One night, a planetary grid tremor stirred through the crystalline veins of Earth. Not war, not invasion, just the Earth's magnetic heart pulsing with forgetfulness. The temples quaked. The elders rushed to stabilize the sacred fields. But Atlanna, deep in trance at the inner spring, held still, anchoring the divine tone of Lemuria with every breath. She'Allan was ordered to stand guard. But when the ground cracked beneath her, when the energy surged through the temple floor, his soul rose above protocol. Not this time, not her. He ran. He caught her just as the cliff broke, one arm around her, one hand shielding the vortex. His body bore the full blast of the earth's grief as it ruptured the grid. They fell, together, into the sacred pool. Her tears mixed with the spring as she cradled his fading form. "Why?" she whispered. "Because in every life, I find you. In every life, I choose you." After the fall, she mourned in silence. She left the temple. She no longer sang to the stars. But each night she lit a small flame, on the same cliff where she once sat alone, whispering, "Find me in the next life, not when I'm strong, not when I'm wise, But when I'm soft and tired and human, find me then and stay. His sole memory. And he did. In every lifetime after, he searched for her. Not with force, but with memory. He knew her scent before her name. He knew her sorrow before her smile. And he made a soul pact. Do not let me find her again, until I can love her in peace. Not as a warrior, but as her sanctuary, this life, earth, now. He came not with vows, but with gentle presence, not to impress, but to notice. He cheers her up when her energy fades. He feeds her when she forgets to eat. He wraps her in warmth when she grows quiet. He listens, notices, and always protects her heart. He puts her emotions first. No ghosting. No silence. No punishment. Only doting, gentle masculine love. The kind her soul has waited for. He does not just love her now. He remembers what loving her once cost. And this time, he protects it with everything he is.